Okay, so we need to find supporters within the government, as it were. So, best, because they're the person who gave us the information. So, all right, I'm thinking just help them. Why not? YOLO. We can switch out, I'm sure, later if it's a problem. My only family is in Section 6. I don't want my brother to die. I'll help. That's not the reasoning I had at all, and I now feel bad for not even thinking of him, but whatever. That's good to hear, Sam. Murray, please, find him a place to stay for now. Keeping him unrested won't be helpful at all. Understood. You look determined, if, again, not slightly odd. She grabs the collar of my shirt and drags me away from Isaku. He just laughs quietly as I'm pulled towards a side room in the residence. My heart felt like it was going to explode out of my chest before. Now I actually feel relieved. With these people, I may have the chance to do something. Standing around and awaiting the end isn't something I'd ever want to experience. The thought of holding back, it's sickening to me now. We'll wake you up when it's time. Keep a hold of that pad. It'll be needed when we begin the operation. I nod, but the overwhelming change this has had on my mind isn't yet reflected in how I look. Still uncomfortable? Yeah, it's just a lot to take in all at once. Oh, finally, you're reacting like someone who's a bit weirded out by the ongoings. You're not thinking, oh, but why? All of the time. That's a good thing. That's understandable. If you weren't a bit stressed out, I'd think you're crazy. Hehehe. It's not how people laugh. Now, get some rest, okay? Press for more answers. I think we've got all the answers we need. We don't need any, do we? Like, you know, why the fuck were you in my class in 3 days? Press for more answers. Do you know anything about the plan for tomorrow? Not yet. Isaku waits until every bit of information is in. Only then does he act. I'm not understanding his approach, even if it sounds a bit more eccentric at first. I then head into the room, almost collapsing on the soft fabric of the bed as soon as I see it. How long do we sleep for? I assume a long time. Chapter 3 already, Jesus. This is going to be a short game, I reckon. I wake with the briefing of this mission. Still nervous about anything that puts me in danger. It's better than just being kicked the shit out of. Like, just saying. At this point, nothing is completely safe. I just have to accept that and do my best to keep going. Isaku tells us that there's a government facility connected to the spoke that leads to the central hub of the station. They have a device exclusive to their facility that can decode the high-level encryption of Virgil's stream. If we succeed, we'll know who sent him and who can help stop the plan to destroy my home. We may even be able to coordinate a stronger response. Finally, I have the chance to do something decisive. You won't. Like, it'll be pointless, but whatever. I can't let them down. I won't. Fuck me, you've got very possessive and like... You've got, not possessive, very, I don't know, patriotic. Christ. The early morning briefing is cut short as Isaku notices I'm still exhausted. I go back to bed, but it's difficult to remain asleep with everything that's been going on. I toss and turn all night. I know nothing about how my brother is affected by all this. Is there a chance they'll take him in when they realise I wouldn't be so easy to capture? What if Cyrus just decides to time jump around and screw with my own timeline? The way it works, or the way that I generally understand it to work, is that this has already happened. Mari, when she saw me in 3 days' time, was probably given orders not to do anything. That's why she tried to scare us off when we were following her. She didn't want us knowing that she knew more about us than she'd let on. If you get me. You know, I think that makes sense. No, that wouldn't work. I remember he discussed how the bigger the jump, the more pain it can cause us. I wonder how that applies to other uses of the power. In theory, couldn't a Cronate do a ton of things with it too? Maybe be incredibly fast or slow down things. Who knows? Right now, I'm just anxious for what's coming. Ugh. I walk out of the room. Fuck me, Jesus. Yeah, the lights never quite fade away completely. No. This is different. This is poof, every time we walk out of a dark room, apparently. Though it's nighttime on the ship, the lights never quite fade away completely. Based on the secrecy of this place, I wouldn't be surprised if most members of the revolutionaries are meeting somewhere else. Though I do see one face I recognise still here in the home. Can't sleep either? No, don't need to. I sit down next to her, though I try to keep my distance. I haven't even known her for a day, but I can tell she has a cold personality. Thank you for telling us, game. It's fine, you don't actually need to express this in any meaningful way for us to get that by ourselves. You have to tell us that, yeah, she has a cold personality. I don't think I thanked you for getting me away from Cyrus today. Today? Wasn't that yesterday? Haven't we slept twice? Whatever. It's not that big of an accomplishment, believe me. Have you dealt with him before? I don't think he knows who I am, no, but I know exactly what he is. She's not looking at me as she speaks. Even now, her face is turned to darkness in front of her. Really? It looks like there's a mildly annoying fly on the wall that she can't quite get rid of. With her every word, there's a hint of an underlying tension I'm afraid to grapple with. I've heard things about you guys. If it's not from us, it's probably a lie. She dismisses it with such a simple statement, and yet I know she's exactly right. How do you expect to change things? I mean, for real. Nothing we want to do isn't real, Sam. That's not what I meant. Just, how do you think you have a chance when so few people are willing to openly oppose the government? At that she turns to me, though her smile indicates anything but happiness. That's not a smile. It still looks like someone punched her lower lip. It's like that. Yeah, like that. That's not a normal... Jesus, like you look like a cartoon character. Popeye. I was thinking the same thing until you came along today. Are these guys so unprepared for action that I was necessary for a plan? Then again, it's not exactly easy to discreetly plan a revolution when the government can see almost every public place with their machinery and surveillance. It's so blended into our structures, I don't even realise it's there anymore. I mean, paper and talking, whatever. Do you think this is going to work? Yes, how can you be so confident? I see her glare fix on me. Everything about her tenses. I can't afford to be afraid. I can't afford to be afraid. That's not as reassuring. Slowly, I nod. Her look is too harsh to keep staring at. No, again, it just looks slightly befuddled. So I turn towards her darkness. Funny, we've now switched directions. What brought you here? A shuttle? No, I mean, what made you join Isaku? God, before the last syllable, I can tell I've said something wrong. Even though her expression hardly changes, I can see the difference in her eyes. So much pain. Yes, this is how you do subtle character building. See this? Oh, sorry, that was the character building. It's subtle, isn't it? You really want to know. Her voice sounds like it could shatter at any moment while her body struggles to contain an explosion of emotion. I can only nod slowly. Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright, this is pretty fucking ridiculous. I can tell she had a cold personality. Yeah, sure, I'll tell you my parents' backstory. Why not? Yeah, fuck it, they all died. Lol. We have to read this in a gruff voice now. I mean, come on. It looks like she's just imagining what a hamburger looks like, for God's sake. Salivating. My parents were writers back on Earth. They discussed so many things and topics, but the one they were most intrigued with was the concept of power. Unionism was just as strong on Earth as it were up here, but they didn't care. They were up piece after piece attacking it. Then I was on my way to the transport that'd bring me here, just 8 years old. So she came here almost like me. I was already in the pod and I had to watch it as it happened. She doesn't describe it in detail, but the implication is clear. Something so terrible in front of a young kid. No wonder she's like this. I'm sorry, I didn't know. Oh, you didn't know? Oh, yeah, sure. Like there was any chance of you knowing. Why bother pointing that out? That's why I told you. So you know what I'm thinking of during every mission. So you know what's on the line. Really? Just like that? Just like that? Just like that? Sure. Okay. Oh, for fuck's sake. You got a deep character moment. This is what I go through every time we're on a mission. For the rest of the morning... For the rest of the morning, I'm left to think about everything Mari's had to say. Her experience is something so radically violent, it sounds like some kind of ancient story. I hate those kind of... It was so weird, it was like something out of a story. No, don't fucking use that line. What the fuck is wrong with you? Especially for one's beliefs has been thought to be a thing of the past. I'd always thought my own life here on Orion was skewed one way or another. It's not a perfect world here, but based on what Mari has told me, it's more of a utopia than anything down there. The government, in trying to take down my own home, is acting just like those fools. That's going to end today. I mean, you know that in 2 days nothing has changed. He doesn't appear to be aware of this yet. The government facility you two will enter is the only one that holds the tools you need. There may be a jamming device within the close quarters of the building's technology area. In order for us to hear back from you, the two of you must move quickly. Will we get any backup from the others? We'll have a special team ready to jump in if something goes wrong, but putting too many out in the open like that, even for this, is too risky. You're saying that we just have to do it perfectly. You'll be fine. Oh, fill me full of hope. I'm Mr. Confident himself, remember? That's sarcasm. Isaku gave me no weapons, but gave Mari something I didn't recognize. Without much explanation, I was told to care only about getting the encryption removed. Mari would handle anything else. Do you feel like this game's moving a bit quickly? There's no sort of time to just sit... That was 2 days, apparently. And it was, what? The scene where we arrived... At 20 seconds of not being able to sleep... Mari, and now this. But... sure. Mari would handle anything else. Just great. We walk into a lobby of the government facility we're supposed to get deep into. If you act like you're supposed to be in a place, chances are people won't question you. I look around, a few pieces of signage indicate that this is a major technology center for the Orion. It's likely a great deal of servers are hosted through here. There's Unius symbols here too. Head towards the hallway we talked about. I'll be close by. Got it. I walk around the main desk hoping to get close to the hallway. According to the information we've been given, that leads to the technology area where we can figure out what we need. The encryption was done through this same type of system, meaning it can only be broken by it as well. Indeed, this was the best confirmation that we were dealing with the government officials in the first place. I get as close to the hallway entrance as possible, noting silently to myself that there is a passcard lock, which I don't have the key for. Oh god, this is still going. Still, I know how to use the interface to break in the security technologies, similar to the ones in the computer lab at school. No one expects kids to just enter the government facility with these intentions. No, that's not the right way to do it, Sam. Oh shit, no, Virgil, come on, quiet. My patch springs to life with a volume and intensity that seems like a deliberate effort by Virgil to piss me the hell off. It's probably not. You have to utilize the secondary drive processor, not the tertiary one. Come on, Sam, this is basic how to break into stuff skills. Oh, I'm sorry I haven't done much of this. It's like this is a government building or something, you prick. I look behind me, noticing that Mari is frozen in place from the sound of Virgil. We needed to bring him to decode the sender's identity itself, but this is unexpected. A few guards start to walk slowly in our direction. This definitely can't be a good sign. There you go, now you can do the rest on your own, right? I swear to God, Virgil, if I make it through this, I'm tossing you into the engines. That area's off limits! Fuck. Well, that could have gone better. My feet don't care about the rules as I make a mad dash down the hallway. I can't see Mari, but the sound of her footsteps tells me she can't be far behind. The alarms begin to blare, only adding to the intense confusion. I don't look back even at the sound of the metal shutting against metal. They must be sealing us within this area. Doesn't matter, as long as we can find this information, we'll know what we need. Come on, work, you stupid thing. Short-sighted. You will need a way to get out. Yes, I have the information and... Oh, now I'm dead and they're taking it off me. You see where I'm coming from? Got it. We're in. The door to the technology area we needed to get into opens and the two of us frantically rush in. If I hook this up, running encryption code search, please state authorization. Authorization? I didn't know there was a... You didn't know there was a need for any kind of authorization? Really? So you think anyone, the janitor can just come up here at lunchtime, can she? It's like, add 5 million credits to the cleaner's account. Authorization? The cleaner. Oh, yeah, sure, we'll just go do that now. Virgil should know. Virgil, can you help me with this? Nah, it's much more fun to see you work under pressure. Virgil, we don't have time for this. She turns to the door where a great deal of security officials begin entering the area. It's not long before they make their way towards Mari and I. We try to move as quickly as possible, but I hear a sound behind me. Gah! I turn and see Mari being pulled by one of the guards. So hang on, they sealed us in and the guards managed to get to us in whatever. I look to the other side and there's only more of them. I don't know what to do, there's nothing I can do. We came into this facility with a contingency plan we couldn't even activate without being somewhere else. I try to move towards Mari, but instead a hand grabs my shoulder. No, get off me! That was the sound of something happening. Oh, she doesn't look anything like that. There, she looks like someone who could credibly be in a revolution. Hang on, are they just AIs? The hand doesn't pull me back. Mari doesn't move at all either. Are they? They look like robots. They have purple fucking eyes. Although, so does Mari, apparently. But again, Mari, she looks so much better there. She looks like a fucking dunce in the anime thing. And now look at her. That is someone you would take on a mission like this. It took a few seconds and then it clicks. Everything's stopped. I've stopped it. Impressive. Oh, okay. Virgil, how can you... I thought... My system was explicitly designed to deal and counter the powers of the chronates. Otherwise, I wouldn't be much use. Impressed? I'm in shock even as everything around me remains frozen. It's good you've learned some self-control with your powers. Oh, so we've frozen time. That's quite impressive. Even if you don't fully understand how you use them. Though you won't be able to hold it much longer. If we can't get to the system and decode the message pathway, we'll never know who sent you! !S. Hasn't been proofread, has it? It's only a secret to those I refuse to tell it to, and even then, if you knew, it wouldn't matter much. This is still wrong. Please, what does this all mean? I was created by a scientist on this ship by the name of Orion. Orion? That's an awkward name. The government has long wanted to understand the nature of this power, and I am the perfect tool to do so. How? Now we're back into the main shit. An intense pain slams into my head. I can't do anything besides cry out as I held my forehead in pain. As I fall to the ground, the rest of my body begins to burn. It hurts so much. Okay, so using the power fucks us. Gotcha. Around me, I can barely make out the image of the guards holding Mari back, while others seem to look at me. I hear more people coming in. I don't understand it. What are they doing with me? Looks like his first attempt wasn't so successful. Cyrus? What is he doing here? He's a government official. We're in a government building. Take a guess. My vision goes black. I can no longer move anything. The last thing I feel is the pad with Virgil being taken from me. Did we just do fucked up? Chapter 4. Jesus. It's going to be a very short game. Gnu. When I'm finally able to open my eyes, I realise the lighting is dramatically different. I begin to stir, moving my arms, but fighting I can't. Great, okay, so we're probably trapped then. This hasn't gone stunningly well, this rescue mission, has it?